Hey, I'm Carol from CNC Creations, and today I'd like to give you a tour of my secret garden. These are Queen Anne's lace, my favorite flower. And the bees, the little tiny bees, I've already found them this morning. And then I have some lantana, another good butterfly plant. Then I have a red hot poker. It's already bloomed, have some seeds on it now. And a butterfly bush, which I have a lot of these. And more Queen Anne's lace. Now let's go in the secret garden. This is at the end of my driveway. I live in Georgia, very hilly part of Georgia. There's a red cedar. It's a volunteer. Gets just as big as the sun will let it. When it's in the sun, they get really big. This is a wisteria. And then I have my statues, which I like to put statues in my garden. I think it gives you something to focus on. All right, here we go. And here are my step stones. This is the narrow way, is what I call it. Some Christians will appreciate this maybe. I have a stepstone that says grace, truth, trust, faith, virtue, love, and peace. A little angel statue. And these will be really bloom on this side. They get more sun. The butterflies love them. Butterflies will be here in a couple of weeks. But the bees are enjoying them now. I have a little patch. I've just planted some marigolds in it. And on this side, I have some pugster badilla bushes. I have two varieties. And my ducks. This is an azalea that's already bloomed. And this I've let go to nature because we cut down 3 trees here, and I know I won't be able to dig in it for a little while, a couple of years maybe. So many roots in it. So all these planted themselves. I do have some muscadine vines I'm trying to grow. They grow every place else, so I'm trying to grow them up here. But I've also put in a couple of regular grapes. This is a yellow bell. Another yellow bell. These are huckleberries, which they volunteered, and I'm going to try them if they'll ever make berries. This hedge is what I like to call a bush tree or a tree bush. It's where trees have been cut down, and it's actually another man's property. That's the property line. So when they were cut down, they came back, and I just left it as a hedge. They're mostly oak trees. Then I have some little gardenia that I've just planted from cuttings. So camellia. And then more badilla. I have a lot of badilla bushes. They'll be all over the place soon. Not all of them are blooming. I have 2 apple trees. And my gardenias have just finished blooming. They also were kind of cut short because of the drought, the heat, and we're not getting much rain. That was a shorter variety. Now this is a larger variety. I have a rose right here. And I want to show you all my volunteers. I have volunteer ferns. And I love this one. It's very lacy. It's a climbing fern. It's Japanese climbing fern. This row of bushes are blueberry. I do have some blueberries on them. This is the herb garden. This is oregano. And I'm leaving the tops of them on for just a little while. You can see why, if you can see all these bees. They love it, so I'll leave them for a while and then I'll harvest it. This is the parsley, letting it go to seed. Then I cut it off and shake the seed off right into the garden. This is some sage. I've started some new starts and some thyme. This was the mama sage. And some catnip. This is rosemary. And more badilla bushes. This is my Asian or white garden. Have some work to do here. And something has toppled over the bird bath. I will get that later. I didn't realize that. These are white irises, bearded irises. This is a volunteer, a butterfly weed. I leave a lot of my volunteers. And this is the only white butterfly bush I have in the garden. I weeded my parsley and threw it back here, and guess what? These are white crepe myrtle. It has yet to bloom. Oh, and my black see the black stalks on it, on the bamboo, black bamboo. This is so nice when it's windy. It's beautiful. It just sways back and forth. I can see it from the house while I'm sitting on my couch. I've enjoyed it just for that. It's another white crepe myrtle. This will be the future spot of another vegetable type garden. I have blueberries here. More gardenia. They do like the shade better than being out in the sun. A little bit of shade. And I have 3 peach trees. This is their first year. Around here, another little volunteer. And these are pink spirea, which blooms twice a year. And looky here. This is a Cherokee rose. It's the flower of Georgia, and the birds love it. They love to put their nest in it. The little house behind you does have my well in it. I use the county water, but I use the well to water a lot of my plants. And it's a backup system. What's funny is there was a brown thrasher. He was looking over the nest the other day, and that's the state bird of Georgia. So the state bird likes the state flower. That's crazy, isn't it? And geraniums. That was another nest that I pulled out of there. I had to cut the Cherokee rose back a lot. It had gotten really out of control. This goes back to my fire pit. That's where we're cutting down a tree. This is the Laurel pedlum and some elephant ears and a volunteer fern. I have quite a few volunteer ferns around here. There's a deer back there. Oh my goodness. If you can see him walking. Let's see if we can see him. I don't know if you can see him or not. There he goes. It's a little pond. I cut it off so we could hear. These are morning glories. Haven't got a flower yet. I have to keep it watered. This is balsam. It is really having a hard time. I'm gonna have to water it today. Look at the bee, they just climb right in there. There he goes. They love that. Those are peonies with them. They've already bloomed. They were really pretty. My gladiolas are finished. And my lilies are being eaten by the deer, mainly. But I get some now and then. They're pretty dry right now. And all the butterfly bushes. A couple of weeks will be full of butterflies. This is a darker variety of butterfly bush. I have about 3 different kinds. I planted these about 30 years ago. They're still going well. This is a little bit lighter variety. And then I have one that has a bluish tint to it. Its leaves are more of a sage green, and they do grow more round. That's I call them the blue ones. Well, there's my secret garden. Thank you for coming to see it. Y'all stay cool now. It is very hot here in Georgia. Thank you so much. Have a great day.